welcome to my YouTube channel, Code AI with Atif. This channel I have started to start with the fundamentals of Python, the language that powers most of the AI and data science. So in this series of videos I will going to publish, we'll start with basics of Python, gradually move to the advance of Python, advanced programming of Python, and gradually move to then machine learning, different algorithms in machine learning, how to build different algorithms, and move to NLP part, as well as we will learn GenAI bit as well, different GenAI models, how to leverage them. And first, let's start with Python now. In this video, we try to cover basics of Python, variables, data types, how are they defined, and why Python is most popular language. Python is more popular because considering its simplicity, interpretability, and readable, and it has most powerful libraries like NumPy, Panda, Scikit-learn. NumPy used for uh, performing mathematical operations. Pandas is basically used for performing any pre-processing steps before modeling. Maybe EDA, you can perform feature engineering, you can perform on the data sets. So Python Pandas has mostly the pre-processing library. It is mostly used for a pre-processing part. Scikit-learn is basically used where it's kind of a model building library. So any machine learning model like linear regression, logistic regressions, this kind of models can be built using any kind of machine learning model can be built mostly by using scikit-learn. Now coming to the variables and data types. So there are different data types in Python, and the yes, Python basically you don't have to define a data type along with a variable. This is the beauty of Python. You define a variable and Python will take care of its data type. Suppose, for example, I have defined a string called Abdul. Now, string is something where you define characters inside a single quote or a double quote. Okay, so this is called a string. Okay, now I have defined this, and it will if I type the basically check the data type of this string, it will give me as a string. Okay, now for checking the data type, basically you have to just print and then give an inbuilt type function along with the variable name. So it will basically give you the data type basically. Now age is, as you can see, age is an integer. So if I try to execute this, it gives me an integer. Now is data type, is data scientist is basically a false. I will make it a true basically. So basically the Boolean data type comes with true or false. It will be either true or it will be either false. So it can take only two values. Now, if I try to see the data type of this data scientist, it is a Boolean, okay? And the rating is 4.9. Now, 4.9 is decimal. So the data type in Python for this is float. So we have seen string, integer, Boolean, and float. These are the basic data types in Python. Now coming to the list. List is nothing but a collection of elements. Okay, so it can be string, it can be integer, it can be floats, decimals, basically what I mean to say. It can be nested list as well. Inside list, you can define a list as well. We can see in the further videos, but for now, understand this. Your list is defined as collection of elements inside the square brackets and separated by comma. So this is a list, the definition of a list, and it is a mutable element. What I mean to say mutable is I've created a initial list. This is my original list Python, which contains Python and ML, and I have appended an element to this original list, and it gets appended. I mean, it gets changed the original list. So this is basically what we mean to say is this is the list is mutable elements. So you can add elements to the list, you can delete elements to the list. So once I execute this, my original list is Python and ML considering these elements, and I append is a function of list. We'll see this function in the upcoming lectures videos basically. And I have appended DL to the original list, and it is get appended at the end of the list. So basically, list is a mutable element where you can change the elements of the list. And if you check the type of this stack, basically the variable that I have defined for a list, it is giving me as a class list basically. Now tuple is immutable. Basically, you can't change the elements in the tuple, and it is defined in similar way as a list, but it is only in case of list we are defining using square brackets. In case of tuple, we are defining using round braces. Okay, and it is obviously comma separated, and it is immutable. You can't change elements in the tuple basically once it is defined. So this is my class tuple. It is type of tuple. Now sets is defined using sets is defined using curly braces followed by the elements of the comma separated values. So it is either boolean, it can be decimals, or you can say integers, and then string can also be taken. So set is where if you type print type of the elements, then it will give as a set. And set which is generally we use where you have to perform operations like union, intersection, uh, this kind of subtractions between the sets. This kind of operations can be performed in the sets. Now, uh, this set also can be used to find the unique elements in, suppose there are duplicates in my sets. So this can also be used, sets can also be used to give unique elements in the basically your elements in the set basically. So no duplication is allowed in the set. Now dictionary is again dictionary is another data type that we have in Python and mostly used where you have JSON data structure involved. So dictionary is nothing but curly braces followed inside curly braces. What you have to do is you have to define key and value pair for each of the elements. So in this case, my key is name, my value is Abdul. Again, my key is second key is role, my value is data scientist. My key is experience, my value is 5. So in this way, you have to define a dictionary, and it is the most useful data type that we have in Python. If you try to print the dictionary will see like this. Again, whatever we have defined, and the type of the variable that we have defined is again dictionary. Now, in the coming videos, what we'll try to do is we'll go to the conditions and the loops. How can we define conditions and the loop? Now, can we iterate through the loops to implement some other logics and implement? We'll try to solve some examples in the coming videos, and we'll try to build on from there. Thank you. Bye bye.